Good afternoon. I'm going to make a video teaching some of the tricky parts of Allegretto from Symphony No. 7. This is by Beethoven, and we're going to be talking a lot about German culture and specifically Beethoven because we're celebrating his 250th birthday this year. He was born in December, and December 1770, so this is his 50th anniversary of his birthday. Obviously, he's not still alive. And so when I look at any new piece, and you should know this by now, I often look at the key signature first. And when I look at the key signature, I say something that hopefully you remember me saying. If you see no sharps and you see no flats in the key signature at the beginning of the line, you're in the key of C, okay, or the C scale. All right. Now, we may be in a minor key, and that's fine too, but the fingerings are going to be the same. So when I see no sharps, what I need to think about mostly on violin is my second finger, and I'm going to pull it backwards. So if I'm on the D string, the third string down, instead of playing an F sharp, I'm going to pull it backwards to play an F natural or a squishy 2. If I go on the A string, I'm going to pull that one backwards as well. So I'm going to play a C natural instead of a C sharp. And then the same thing happens on the E string. I'm going to play a G natural. Now there's one other weird finger, and that's my first finger on the E string. This normally plays, if you had your tape or exactly where your tape used to be, this plays an F sharp. So if I pull it backwards, so closer to the scroll or closer to the pegs, I'm going almost back to the bump right here. I'm going to have an F not sharped or an F natural, okay? And I'll point it out when we get there, okay? So basically squishy 2s throughout. I'm going to look at the beginning, and I have one big long note, and then I've got a whole bunch of rests. So the big long note is an E. It could just be an open E. We'd probably use a 4, but for now, it starts loud and it gets soft. All right, I see a little less than sign like math, and it says F at the beginning, which is forte or loud, and it says P at the end, which is piano or quiet. And then I see 7, 8, and 8. That means 7 measures of rest, 8 measures of rest, 8 measures of rest, okay? So how many beats are in every measure? You have to look again at the beginning, and this time you're looking for the numbers there, not whether or not there are sharps. And the numbers are 2 on top of a 4. And that means in every measure there are 2 quarter notes, and that's why the 4 is on the bottom. And a quarter note is just colored in with a line, a 1-beat note. So at measure 4, where it says there are 7 measures of rest, I would count 1 rest, 2 rest, 3 rest, 4 rest, 5 rest, 6 rest, 7 rest. Now I'm at measure 11. I've got 8 measures rest. I have to do the same thing. 1 rest, 2 rest. Now this sounds boring, but it's because someone else besides the violins got the melody at the beginning. Okay, and you'll have to wait to see in orchestra who it is. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to skip ahead to 27. The rhythm repeats a lot through here. We either have quarter notes or we have 2 notes that are hooked together with one line, and that line means they're faster. So long, short, short, long, 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 short, short, long, long. Okay? Oh, excuse me. It's actually the end of the day, so I don't know what time you're watching this, but I do see little smiley faces. We can talk about that later. For right now, if you can just play them the right rhythm, they are push, push, bow. I'm going to do it so you can watch, but you don't have to do it. Okay, so at 27, it's going to be 1 finger on the D string. 29. Here they mark the sharp, so high 2. 35. stretchy 2, stretchy 3. Stretchy 2, stretchy 3. So even though we were all prepared to play squishy 2s because there were no sharps in the key signature, there was a sharp for your second finger marked in. So now we have to go high 2. There was also a sharp for your third finger marked in. Okay? Now your third finger, your third finger normally touches your second. And I always say, if you sit on something sharp, you're going to jump up. So that's the same thing we want for our note. So we want this note to sound higher. So in order to do that, we have to push it closer to the bridge. So we're going to stretch it out so that there's a little space. Okay? So I'm going to play measure 41. So 2 measures before 43, and it's got a high 2 and a high 3. And measure 43 goes back to normal 3. But I'm going to keep going. I think I'm going to play all the way, oh my gosh, maybe to 75 because the rhythm is the same throughout the whole thing. Okay, so I'm starting at 41. High 2, high 3. My neighbor was waving at me. High 2, high 3. High 2, high 3. 51. Squishy 2. $59, 2, 3, 4. High 2. All right, now I'm actually not going to play 67 to 75 because that's just a repeat. Okay, it sounds just like 59. Okay, now the next section is tricky. Okay, and it'll be more tricky for 7th graders. All 8th graders should have done shifting. Okay, this note is too high for us to play. So what we're going to do at 75, we're going to put our first finger where our third finger normally goes. So if you have a tape there, we're going to put our first finger where our third finger normally goes. It's going to be 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay, so all of these notes are right up here. When I get to the second note in 79, then I come down to normal. All right, so 75, I'm in third position, 3 fingers. 2 fingers. 2, 3, 4. 3, 2. 2, 3. 3 again. Now I slide my hand back, and I'm back to normal hands. So squishy 2. Okay, so now this next section is a little bit tricky. The first note is an E, and the second note in 83 is also an E. That's actually what we're going to play. We're just going to play our regular E. We're not going to go up to the high E. And then the next note's going to be a stretchy 4. Okay, in the third position again. So we're going to play, instead of this, and then high up like that, we're just going to play 2 open E's. Then we're going to go to third position and stretchy 4. there, you're going to play an open. Then you go to third position, stretch your 4. Same thing. Then you go to third position, 4th finger stretched. So you'll notice 75, 83, and 91. Those are tricky sections because they're really high. Okay? We're not expecting you guys to learn this right away. The beginning until 75 is very doable for everybody. And then we'll work on that third position. Okay? When you get to 99, you're totally back into normal. And you're going to start on your open. Down on the G string 2. All right, so that middle section is a little bit tricky, or end section actually, right? So 75, 83, 91, okay? But it's the same thing all 3 times. We will work on it in orchestra. We'll work on it in lessons. You can see me privately through Zoom to figure it out. So, all right, well, hopefully that helps get you going on this piece. And I hope you have a great rest of the summer, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye. Oop, maybe I'm still here.